Hey everyone! Honestly, I wasn't sure what to do with this one. It wasn't that it wasn't a good idea, it was a great idea. It was just hard to convey the idea with an image. These prompts were originally meant to be for written responses, after all. But how do you draw helplessness? A bear trap? Hanging from a cliff? In the end, I opted to go with a character I haven't touched much for the challenge, and for the scenario, I went with something I've been thinking about. The character is named Rakni, and I've shown her a few times in the past, but mainly during my calendar series. She was part of my Pathfinder tabletop, and one of the only surviving members of the original party. The rest either left, swapped out for new characters, or passed away. In the tabletop, not in real life. Before I get into the story, or rambling, I want to establish that Rakni isn't alone in her escapades. She is an Eidolon, better known as a summon, that does her best to protect Rakni. The name is Kevin, mostly due to the fact that Rakni can't pronounce Kevin's true name. It's pretty much eldritch nonsense that can melt your brain, and Kevin is as close as Rakni can get to pronouncing it, so it stuck, despite Kevin being a very much feminine being. This Eidolon was basically a second mother to Rakni's shenanigans, but like any child with their parent, Rakni tended to ignore most, if not all, of what Kevin suggested, deciding that Rakni knew better, or she was the smart one in the scenario. This was not the case in pretty much everything. Rakni, despite her lack of strength or skill, was a roleplay-focused character. While she could barely hit the broadside of a barn with her crossbow, she could weave elaborate tapestries with her fine silk. All the more fitting for me then to take away one of her most helpful arms. What better way to cripple one's skill than taking away her main appendage for it? The idea has been swimming around in my head for a while now. There were a few things that inspired it, but one thing was I'd recently learned an interesting spider fact. I'd recently learned that spiders can regrow limbs. If a bird or another predator was to take off a spider's leg, the next time they melt, provided they have at least one more molt left in their life cycle, they'll be able to regrow said limb. However, it can take up to 3 molts before the limb properly matches the rest of their legs. It was with this knowledge that sparked my fascination with the idea of the Angst challenge, though I feel an arm is less replaceable for her than a leg. The other inspiration is based off the 3-minute animation I posted a while ago. I'd been very into a roleplay at the time and was super excited over the idea of Rakni losing her arm to something stupid. In this case, he was sticking her arm where it doesn't belong. However, outside of that, it's not exactly out of character for Rakni to do stupid things that could end with the loss of an arm. She often sleeps in caves that may or may not be homes to other animals, sleeps at the top of large trees, or in a makeshift tent that wouldn't last the night. That's it for today's video though. Stay safe, stay kind, and stay creative. I'd like to thank everyone for watching today's video. I try to post every Tuesday and Friday at 2 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Time, or 9 AM Central Standard Time. If you liked the video, leave a like. Please comment if you have something to say, and if you want to see more speedmints and animations, please subscribe. A very special thank you to my patrons Dean G, Debbie G, Thomas H, and Greg W. If you want to support my art and see things first, become a patron with the link below. And please make your day a wonderful one. Goodbye!